Newton's second law states that acceleration depends on the force exerted on an object and the mass of the object.
By the way, Newton's second law is also F equals ma.
What's force? Force is basically a push or a pull on an object to make it accelerate. What's mass? Mass is the amount of matter an object is made of. Wait, what's acceleration is when an object's velocity is changed. Today, I'll show you all three variables changing. For my first demonstration, the force will be constant, the mass will be manipulated, and the acceleration will depend on the mass. I kept the force of the blow dryer the same, and instead of 1 penny, I used 5, which then the acceleration decreased once I increased the mass. So less mass means a greater acceleration? For my second demonstration, the mass will be constant, the force will be manipulated, and the acceleration will depend on the force. I changed the blow dryer's force from 1 to 2 and kept the mass constant, 2 pennies. The acceleration increased once I increased the force. So a greater force means a greater acceleration? For my third demonstration, the mass will be constant, the acceleration will be manipulated, and the force will depend on the acceleration. This time, I kept the mass constant using 1 penny. When I dropped the penny onto the tissue, it had a less force. But when I threw the penny, there was a greater acceleration, which had a greater impact on the tissue. So a greater acceleration means a greater force? Exactly. I'm innocent.